Why, hello, and welcome to another episode of First Chances with Chance. And in today's episode, no, this robe does not have anything to do with it, unfortunately. I am going to be discussing entrepreneurship. So, entrepreneurship and all of that is very fun, in fact. And yeah. I've been, in a way, an entrepreneur, my own boss, since the last semester of my senior year in high school. So I've been doing YouTube since my senior year. Definitely has been a roller coaster. I have gone obviously over all of the videos I've done. I started this podcast last year, which is part of entrepreneurship as well, because I am my own boss. I get to make my own schedule when I film and when I record the podcast. So everything is good there, and I am excited. I am about to be. Actually, no, I will be. Today is the first day of the event, the anime night. And that's also entrepreneurship. I had to fill out for a business form, not a W-2. Um, Forget what it was called. Um, like a 10, no. A W, no. I don't know. I don't remember what it was called, but I know that I am getting paid, which is not the point. That is definitely not the point. The point is that I will be having fun tonight, and I will not let anybody bring me down. And today is going to be busy because I also have to. I am filming this episode, and also filming another episode later on today after this, where I will be relaxing. Yep, relaxing as a video. Yeah, you heard me. But yeah, so that's been fun. I've definitely it will be a bit like Thursdays are literally film and event days, and Friday is literally all cleared out for school, which I am in some rigorous classes. So yeah, like organic chem. I'm in organic chem, you guys. He's a nerd. He's a nerd. Oh my god, he's a nerd. And then also TikTok. Like I get to make my own schedule for when I upload on TikTok, which I need to make more videos on there. And I just got a notification saying that it is almost time for me to film my relaxed video, which I just started filming this episode, so you guys don't worry. I will finish filming this episode and then go do my relaxed video, because it is definitely going to be very relaxing for like 30 to 60 minutes maybe, and then I have to undo everything and edit, because yeah, I only give myself Thursdays to edit and everything as well, and I have to be done by 4 o'clock today, which it's 10:30 right now, luckily, so I don't have to really be worrying about a lot of stress. But as well, at the same time, it's like I have stress because of the event, and a lot of my friends are working, so I have no clue how busy it is. I did post on a couple Facebook pages anime related or an anime related, and then on Meetup on an event with like posting about the event there, but nobody's commented, which really is getting annoying, cause it's like, what are y'all waiting for? But yeah, I've technically been an entrepreneur since, I want to say, my senior year. So definitely has been fun. And then I am also I'm also literally about to be hosting, well, not hosting, launching a new brand soon. So that is fun. And I will be a very busy person, because I am definitely with this. I have the event like pretty much every other Thursday. Well, the second and fourth Thursday of every month now, and then I have school, I have work, I'm working on the brand products, the podcast filming, and yeah. And then next year, because I'm set to graduate the after the fall of this year, so spring of next year, I will be graduated from with my AA, well, from college with my AA. So that is definitely exciting. And then I will be working more on my book that I've been trying to work on more as well, because I will have more of my schedule cleared out. Hopefully, I'll be in my own apartment by then, because that is one thing I told my mom, is that I'm going to try to be in my own apartment this year, like move out and be in my own apartment and everything this year. So that is definitely a goal. I've definitely been looking into trying to find an affordable apartment for just me. Like, I've seen some. It's just that the people that have posted it haven't gotten back to me. So that sucks. And a lot of them are in Lake Worth, which I don't mind, because the school that I go to is in Lake Worth. So that is a plus. Like, it would be right there. But then I'd also have to take 2 buses to get to work. Or I could always transfer to the Green Acres store, because that would be right by the apartment, and I could just take a bus there. But I could definitely say that riding the bus has definitely been a lot less stressful. I would say that, not stressful, but like, it's peaceful, and I don't have to worry about like paying insurance on a car, off the paying the car off, making those payments, and buying gas. Sorry. I just really like, because the reason why I would make payments is because I want my credit score to go up. which it definitely would if I don't just buy it outright. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and take a break and I shall be back. So, I am going to pull up an article, 11 top side hustles for 2023. 11 legit ways to make extra cash. Wondering how to make it's by Team FBZ. Posted recently too. If your goal is to make some extra cash, you've come to the right place. Whether you want to make money from home, make money online, or get out of the house to earn your extra money, we've got you covered with this mega list of easy money making ideas. They range from part-time work to passive income, but most are side gigs you could easily do in your spare time without risking your full-time job. No, you ain't. This is not entrepreneur. How to become an entrepreneur with no money or experience by Asia Frost. Being your own boss, calling out the shots, hustling to get your goals. To many people, entrepreneurship is the ultimate career goal. But as awesome as running your own business sounds, it's also incredibly difficult. How difficult? 90% of startups fail. Entrepreneurs are also more anxious than other people and experience more day-to-day stress. After all, when you're responsible for the bottom line, every setback falls on you personally. Here's the good news. Starting a company can be one of the most rewarding, exhilarating, and interesting opportunities you'll ever get. If you're aware of the risks and you're still dead set on being an entrepreneur, use the strategies and advice in this guide. And this post, How to become an entrepreneur. 1. Identify profitable startup ideas. 2. Identify and focus on a growing category or categories. Fill an underserved demand. Make something better or cheaper than what's out there. Validate your startup idea with buyer persona research. Start with a minimum viable product. Create a business plan. Continue to iterate based on feedback. Find a co-founder. I don't need a co-founder, honey. Identify profitable startup ideas. A successful startup begins with an idea. You can't build a business without one. Here are some creative techniques for thinking of a product or service. I know a friend who I used to work with at Target has their own lash business because she got her esthetician license, so she's able to do all of it. She has her own studio where she does it out of, and like she owns her own business studio. Like, that is awesome. Where she does all of the lashes out. She charges about like $120 for a fill. I don't know. But she's pretty good. Ask your friends what frustrates them. What makes a product or a service profitable? It provides a solution for a problem or a frustration that people are willing to pay to have alleviated. With that in mind, start by asking your friends what frustrates them. Founders get inspiration from their frustrations all the time. For instance, Travis Kalanick and Garrett Camp started Uber after they had trouble getting a cab. Andrew Cortina and Igram Magdan Ismail founded Venmo, acquired by PayPal after they had trouble paying each other back by check. Chris Riccobono launched Untuck It, a line of shirts that look good untucked after getting frustrated with how wrinkly and ill-fitting his regular button-down shirts were when he didn't tuck them in. As you brainstorm, ask your friends to keep track of the day-to-day things that annoy them. Then go through their list and look for problems you might be able to solve. Get inspired by other emerging startups. Checking out what other people have come up with can be a great way to kick your own thought process into gear. Go to Product Hunt, a constantly updated curation of the newest apps, websites, and games for digital inspiration. Meanwhile, Kickstarter is great for physical products. There are also a ton of product review sites that might spark your creativity, like Uncrate, Word, and Wirecutter. Identify trends to future-proof your idea. As the world changes, people need different products. As an example, the rise of Uber, Lyft, and other ride-sharing apps created a demand for a third-party app that will tell you the cheapest fares at that exact moment. You want to get ahead of the curve? Read trend predictions for your industry or market, or check out universal trend forecasting publications like Trend Hunter and Springwise. Then ask yourself, if these predictions come true, which tools will be necessary? 2. Identify and focus on a growing category or categories. Like me, I'm focusing on makeup, cosmetics, and skincare, possibly going into hair care eventually. But yeah. Licensing expert and intellectual property strategist Stephen Key recommends picking a category that fascinates you but isn't overly competitive, which I know makeup and cosmetics are competitive, but hear me out. Natural ingredients. I avoid industries that are notoriously challenging, like the toy industry. There are so many people creating in that space. He explains you will have an easier time licensing your ideas and if you focus on categories of products that are growing as well as receptive to open innovation. After you've picked a category, Key says you should study all the products in that category. What are each product's benefits and how do they vary? What's their packaging and marketing strategy? What do reviewers say? What are the potential improvements? Once you've picked a product, consider questions like, what can be done to improve it? Can I add a new feature? What about a different material? Can I personalize it somehow? Fill an underserved demand. If you don't need to reinvent the wheel if there aren't enough wheels. I don't know why I'm still so tired. It's already almost 11 o'clock. I should not be this tired. And I slept in. Like, I literally let myself sleep in because the past 5 days, I've been literally busy non-stop the last, 5 to 7 days. Well, ever since I started back to school, I've been busy. So, yeah, the past actual couple weeks. So, yeah, it is insane in the membrane. Insane in the membrane. So you don't need to reinvent the wheel if there aren't enough wheels. Many people start successful businesses after noticing a gap in the market. For example, perhaps you learned there's a shortage of high-quality sales outsourcing. Since you have experience in sales development and account management at early-stage sales companies, you might decide to offer this service to tech startups. make something better or cheaper than what's out there. You don't always need to develop something brand new. If you can offer an existing product at a lower price point, better quality, or ideally both, you'll have plenty of customers. Better yet, there's clearly an existing demand. As you go about your day, make a list of everything you use, then review the list for something you could improve. So we're going to go ahead and take another break, and I will be right back. We's taking a sip of water. And then I have to, I'm going to literally be bringing so much stuff tonight, it's not even funny. Might as well just pack a whole entire luggage at that point. Like, come on. Oh well. Let's get back to the article, or actually let's make a post while we're at it. Let's do it for the post or create story. No. I just want to create a new, there we go, story. And it's up. So, yeah, let's go ahead and finish this article. Other suggestions: network with other entrepreneurs. Use Meetup or Eventbrite, which I've used Eventbrite, I think. I should definitely do that again because, yeah, and post on there about the event and have more people come out. Cool. To find events in the local startup community. Not only will networking with other entrepreneurs help you build valuable relationships, but it'll also give you lots of ideas. For some quick tips on how to network efficiently and meaningfully as an entrepreneur, check out, I do not want to check it out. Research patent applications. Patent applications are typically made public 18 months after they were filed. Although we don't recommend outright copying any inventions, browsing through these documents can give you a good sense of where a particular space is headed. Have a brainstorming session. If you need to get your creative juices flowing, invite 3 to 5 other entrepreneurial minded people to a brainstorming session. Ask everyone to come prepared to discuss a certain product category or question, such as, what's your favorite type of X and Y, or do you use anything to accomplish Y? Why or why not? The answers may lead to some great ideas. 5. Validate your startup idea with buyer persona research. Great, you've got an idea, but don't quit your day job yet. Before you go all in, you need to know other people will actually want your product. No, your friends and family don't count. In order to safely gauge the viability of your product in the market, start by understanding your buyer persona. For example, the real people you plan to sell to. If your product doesn't serve a need, they won't be interested, no matter how innovative or cool it is. That's why buyer persona and market research are so important. Once you've identified your ideal client, interviewing people who fit the bill should be an important component of your research. Show them a working demo of your product. Ask what they like and what they don't, how much they'd pay for it, how often they'd use it, and so on. If you want to test the market's interest before building anything, build a landing page that describes your product or service. Ask people to submit their email addresses in exchange for early access, a free subscription, membership, or a discount, product updates, or some other compelling offer. Then promote the video on social, paid search, etc., and see how many visitors convert to signups. Start with a minimum viable product, MVP. MVP is the simplest, most basic version of your tool or service possible. It's functional enough to satisfy early customers and get a sense of what you should improve. Let's say you want to build an app that will connect college students to virtual tutors. You might create a bare bones version, manually invite 150 tutors you found online to join, and then post the link to the app on the local university's Facebook page. If you get a decent number of signups, that's a sign you should move forward. If you get barely any, you should either rethink the idea or start fresh. Starting small with an MVP keeps your costs low to start, but allows room for growth as the product continues to be validated. Create a business plan. A business plan is a formalized document that details your business goals and the steps you'll take to achieve them. This may include marketing strategy, budget, and financial projections and milestones. As an entrepreneur, your job is to set your company's mission, vision, and long-term and short-term goals. As you do this kind of strategic planning for your venture, the business plan is an output of your work and helps to guide the growth of your startup. Continue to iterate based on feedback. Keep in mind that your MVP will not likely be enough to stay competitive in the market categories you choose, especially if you have big dreams for your startup. Now comes the cycle. Generating interest and demand, marketing the product, securing customers, selling the product, gauging satisfaction. Improving the product based on feedback and repeat. Optimizing all parts of this flywheel generates the revenue needed to invest in product, and investing in product generates additional interest from satisfied customers, creating word of mouth referrals, more competitive offerings that attract new customers. Find a co-founder. Conventional wisdom says you should look for a co-founder when starting a new business. There are three main advantages to having a co-founder. One, it's easier to get funding. Whether or not multiple founders actually contribute to a company's success, many venture capitalist investors believe it does. They're reluctant to back solo founders. You have emotional support. Running a company is a stressful, exciting, and unique experience. If you're riding the emotional roller coaster by yourself, you won't have anyone to celebrate with during the ups or survive the downs. A co-founder understands exactly what you're going through and makes you feel less alone. They can provide different skills, knowledge, and connections. Maybe you're great at selling while your co-founder is more technical. They've got lots of connections and they've actually started a business before. Picking a co-founder with a complementary resume is an excellent way to boost your odds of success. But there are also drawbacks to having a co-founder. One, there can be conflict. You and your partner will inevitably disagree. A little healthy disagreement is productive, But if you don't find a solution relatively quickly, you'll waste valuable time and energy. Plus, you might hurt your team's morale. 2. You'll have to split the equity. If you're the sole owner of your company, you start with 100% equity. As time goes on and you hire more people and or receive funding, you'll distribute that equity, but you'll likely be giving 0.005% to 35% to a single entity, depending on who they are. If you have a co-founder, you're automatically giving up 40 to 60% of your company in a single swoop, which we don't like. We want all the money. JK. Finding one can be difficult. It can be really hard to find someone with the same business ethics, work habits, and complementary personality. In addition, they need to believe in your vision, contribute the right skills, and have a desire to be your co-founder in the first place. That's a tall order. It's worth noting that there are plenty of examples of successful startups with single founders and successful ones that failed due to co-founder disputes. Make a decision based on your situation, not traditional advice. Yo, this is a long article. So we're going to go ahead and stop here, and then I will be back next week with part 2. So yeah, I am excited. I'm going to keep that article saved because it's like long. It's like a whole entire like story, if you could say that. But we don't have time to do it all today. So I hope you guys like this episode. If you guys are entrepreneurs yourself, DM text or leave a voicemail to 561-320-7085. Again, 320. What in the hell? Again, text or leave a voicemail to 561-320-7085. DM First Chances with Chance on Instagram, or if you guys are watching the video portion, just comment down below. And that would be for your guys' business, or if you guys are even wanting to start a business, you guys can do all that. I'm getting serious hiccups right now. I do not know why. But let's go. So I love you guys. Can't wait for you guys to hear the episode and more to come, because you already know we've got a lot more to come.